Thanks for tuning in. This is a sweet cyclist, and today we're going to be reviewing the Magicshine MJ-908. This is a 8,000 lumen bicycle LED headlight. Alright, so here we have the packaging for the MJ-908. This is Magicshine's brightest headlight, rated at a theoretical 8,000 lumens. If we go ahead and open the packaging, you can see you get a taillight, headlight, battery, and the basic charger. Let's go ahead and take the headlight off. It's 8,000 theoretical lumens, and it consists of 8 Cree LEDs. You can see each one's theoretically rated at 1,000 lumens, or a little bit more, so overall the light ends up being 8,000 theoretical. Whether the actual is or not, we'll get to that later in the review. You can see this is a huge light. You get really nice features, the basic same strap, the wire. Note this is a 4-plug orange plug. So if you have other Magicshine lights, you have to be aware that these aren't always compatible. You get an LED display on top that tells you the runtime and current mode, which is a really nice feature. Go ahead and look at the taillight. This is a standard 15 lumen red LED taillight. It's pretty nice. It comes with a basic rubber strap. I kind of have to warn you though, wiring these is a little bit of a mess, especially on a road bike. You get a lot of wires running everywhere. You also get the normal 6-cell lithium ion battery. Pretty hefty unit, but I really like these batteries. These are kind of their improved design, especially if you've used some of the older Magicshines. Really well put together. It's fully enclosed, so you can't actually replace the individual cells, but it has these nice rubberized straps on here, and more than enough power to take you through a week or so. Again, notice the orange plug. That makes it not compatible with the other ones. You also get the wireless remote. I'm not quite sure why they include these, but it's kind of nice if you're running the taillight, because it'll let you use this button to turn the taillight on, and then the front one to turn the light head unit itself on. You get the normal wall charger. These are pretty standard. If you have 1 or 2 Magicshines by now, you probably have quite a few of these. Has a little LED indicator here that goes from red to green once it's charged. With this kit, you also get the splitter. So this is pretty nice. It'll let you run the kind of normal plugs, like for the rear, and then combine that with the orange 4-plug design, which is kind of keyed to only go in one direction. So if I get that right here, you can see then you can run this to the battery. One kind of annoying part about this is if you run the battery on the top tube, you're going to have to run the battery, this run forward to the headlight, and then swing this around 90 degrees to get the tail light. That's one reason I find it a little bit annoying, especially on a road bike. You also get some different straps for different size bikes, or different handlebars. So overall, really nice packaging, custom cut foam. You can kind of travel with this if needed, and it's a pretty big light. Alright, so now let's look at the fit and finish of the MJ-908. So this is kind of the top tier headlight they currently sell at 8,000 theoretical lumens. It's not clear whether you actually get 8,000, but in the writing I've done, I think it's closer to about 3,000 or 4,000, which is more than enough. Single button interface with a plastic body and the aluminum fins. And I think the coolest part I like to show you is the LCD display on here. So this is really nice. You don't have just simple lights where you have to guess how much you have left. You can see it will alternate between runtime in hours and minutes, and the percentage battery left. On the top left corner, you see the current mode. I'm currently on low, and then a battery indicator on the top. So really nice. You get a single button interface with this, which means just click once, go a higher mode, again to go higher, and the highest mode. It also has strobe, which is really crazy. This is way too bright. And then long click and turn off. But yeah, it's really nice having real numbers instead of having to guess colors. It feels really well constructed, but it is a big light, so if we bring out the ruler, You can see it's close to 3 inches long and almost 2 inches tall. If we look at its kind of younger brother, the MJ-906, which is a 5,000 lumen light, you can see the 908 is nothing more than kind of an engineer saying, why can't we fit more? So everything's bigger. You can see it's about 50% or maybe 20-30% taller. It's significantly longer. So if you put them side by side, you can see this kind of dwarfs it. So pretty interesting to have them side by side. This kind of fits in the palm of your hand while this one really fills it up. But overall, the design's very similar. The mount's a little heftier because of the heavier weight of the 8 LEDs. But overall, I really like it. I think it's a higher price. But for the higher price, you get a higher output. And even though it might not be 8,000 lumens, it's almost too bright. I've definitely gotten yelled at by oncoming traffic, just even on low mode. All right, now let's take a look at the light installed on my Specialized Roubaix. You can see here the light head is on the handlebar. It is a large light, takes up quite a bit of space, and I have the wired battery pack installed on the top tube. I'm not running the rear taillight because the wiring, especially with a road bike, is a little bit of a mess because you have to come out and turn around. Here you can see the light on. It's very bright even in daytime, and you kind of get some of that side light through the little slot, so you get a little extra visibility. I would recommend a different style mount because obviously it takes up quite a bit of space. And you can see the LCD display, I think, is probably one of the best features. You can see runtime, current mode without guessing. If we go around to the front, you can see the light is really bright. It's a little exaggerated with the camera, but even in daytime, it's pretty blinding. And the strobe mode particularly, I wouldn't recommend that doing that on kind of busy traffic. All right, now let's take a look at the beam pattern at night. There's 4 different constant modes. We have low, which is 20%. We have medium, which is 50%. We have medium high, which is at 75%. And then high at 100%. They don't actually publish the lumens in each mode, just the percentage. And here we see the strobe mode, which is pretty bright. It's most likely a medium or medium high. The MJ-908 probably doesn't put out 8,000 lumens, but as you can see from the side-by-side photos, it's an extremely bright light. You can also see from the photos that the beam pattern is kind of a mix between a flood and spot. There's quite excellent horizontal spread and vertical spread. And compared to other models, this is by far the brightest thing I've ridden with yet. In my experience, I usually never go beyond the medium setting as there's more than enough light. All right, now let's go over the pros and cons. I think the first pro is the LCD display. You don't have to guess about runtime or try to decipher different colors on the button. You see your runtime, you see your current mode, so that's a really great feature. The other pro is there's more than enough power to turn night into day. This thing's extremely bright, probably unnecessarily bright. And finally, the beam pattern's really great. It's got a lot of diffusion and kind of flood to let you see, and more than enough throw to kind of see down the road. Some of the cons here, it's obviously got a large form factor. It's a pretty tall light, and the heat sinks in the back kind of take up quite a bit of space on your handlebar. The other thing is because there's no real cutoff on the lens design, it's really blinding for anybody, any oncoming traffic. I'd kind of reserve this light for real off-roading or really dark roads with low traffic. And finally, advertising this as an 8,000 theoretical lumen bike light is a little bit dishonest. It'd be great if they actually put a real value. It's probably closer to, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000, but again, it's pretty bright. Okay, now that we've gone over the pros and cons, let's give it a final rating. For the MJ-908, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. This is really an absurdly powerful light. It's not perfect, and it's probably not 8,000 lumens, but this thing is bright. And with 8 LEDs built in, it's really impressive. All right, thanks for watching this review. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist, as well as our website at thesweetcyclist.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.